Increase competition through antitrust laws. Like I told you, government can prevent the mergers. Company can say that you need to break up this company into two. There are going to be two CEOs, and both CEOs fight for their shares as well. So if CEO salary is linked with the market share of the company, then both CEOs will work for their own interest, and by doing own interest, they are serving the company well. So in that case, by competition gonna be increased. When competition is increased, then what happened? Who will be benefited? All society members will be benefited. Customers are also benefited. So through laws, company can increase the competition. The second one is regulation. Company may regulate the price. The regulation regulate the behavior of the monopoly means they regulate the price. If the price is greater than MC, we know that in monopoly, price is always greater than marginal cost. It means this company is not allocating its resources efficiently. If one company is not making allocation of resources efficiently, then there's going to be a lot wastage of resources. So the allocation of resources will be efficient if price is set to equal marginal cost. We know that from our competitive market. If we want to produce at equilibrium or at efficient scale, then price must be equal to marginal cost, right? So if government fixed the price to marginal cost, what happened? They have to reduce the price. So look at that. So we have AR, we have MC, sorry, this is price, we have ATC, and what we have here, we have this MC, right? MC is equal to MR. So we have to produce here, this is Qmax, and that would be the on price line there is price, on cost line there is, and this is MC is equal to MR, right? If government mandate the price MC, when government fix the price, it means the price line become horizontal. The price line become horizontal. That will become price, not this one. But do you think so this regulation will survive for a longer period of time? How? Because by doing so, the price is even less than every total cost. The price is even less than every total cost. That triggers exit condition. If price is less than every total cost for a longer period of time, then what happened? Then the companies start thinking exit the market. Plus, this is a sole provider of the product to this market. So government may say that you cannot exit the market. You have to produce. Then the company will say that okay, give us some subsidy, right? Support us. In that case, who gonna fulfill who gonna share the burden of support to this company? Taxpayers. And who are the taxpayers? The buyers, right? So in that case, previously the burden is shared by only the customer of the company, but now burden is spread to all over the society. How? Let's talk about that in the next. So we have pasted a very nice video here, so please see that, and I hope it further clarifies your doubts and queries.
Is monopoly a justification for government regulation? A lot of people have been very concerned about monopolies in markets, and that concern leads people to ask, is there a form of government intervention that can mitigate that problem, either by breaking up a big firm into smaller firms so that they compete against each other, or by regulating the profits the firm earns or the prices it can charge for its product. Two things that really discipline a monopoly firm's ability to charge high prices are consumer demand and how much we're willing to pay for their product or service, and the availability of competing products or services that are substitutes for that good. Another question that often comes up is the persistence of that monopoly over time. Even if there is some kind of market power or market dominance in a particular industry, does that erode over time or does it persist? And if it persists, is there some form of government regulation or intervention that would make consumers better off? One of the challenges in coming up with that kind of policy, though, is that any regulation that is going to reduce the profits of a monopoly is going to reduce the motivation, the lure, the incentive to the innovator to come in and enter that market and compete against the monopolist. And that's the core of the insight that we get from the economist Joseph Schumpeter, who really argued that the competitive process is one of competition for market dominance, and that these monopoly profits are the lure, they're the carrot that brings innovators in so that they can come up with a new, better product or service, a different product or service to compete against the monopolist. When competition takes that form, any kind of government regulation or government activity to break up big firms into smaller firms that compete against each other may break up that temporary monopoly lure and may actually undermine innovation and undermine competition. What really keeps monopolies from persisting over time is entry. The ability of entrepreneurs, innovators, competitors to enter the market and compete against the monopoly firm and offer consumers new or different products and services that will lead the original monopoly to reduce its prices because of this competition. One other important idea to consider is that the form the government regulation can take may also itself provide an entry barrier, some kind of cost that makes it harder for competitors to come in and compete in markets. And this is one of the really important transformational things that we've experienced in the past 2 decades with the internet, is that the internet reduces those costs of starting up new business and communicating your value proposition to more consumers. And so innovation, such as the internet, actually makes markets richer and more competitive because individuals strive for achieving that market dominance, but they're all doing it at the same time and competing against each other, offering a wide variety of products and services.